The only time I've been in a lab was like in middle school. So what's the protocol? Do I have to put on gloves, glasses? How do we jump into it?
Here's an apron.
Oh, amazing.
And goggles.
Oh, very chic.
So I thought today maybe if we batched our Minimalist Hydrating Moisturizer, it might be fun because it's an emulsion. So we can see two phases, oil and water, come together to form one creamy final product.
Okay.
So first of all, I've sort of pre-measured out the two phases. So we have the water phase here, and you can probably see what looks like swirls in the liquid. And so we're gonna want to mix all of that evenly together.
Okay.
And then we also have the oil phase here, and we have an emollient in there. So the emulsifying system we use in the Minimalist is very light in feeling. And so we need to offset that for some long-lasting hydration and a feeling of hydration as well. And this is what we call liquid crystal lipids, but it's a barrier-supporting lipid mixture.
And what does this yellow color come from?
So it's actually naturally derived from lanolin.
Oh.
Which is yellow in color.
And is lanolin from sheep?
It's from wool, yes.
Wool, okay, yes.
And so it's a byproduct of the wool industry, and so it's actually a nice way to not just throw the wool wax out. And so the inky name would be C10 through 30 cholesterol and lanosterol esters.
Okay, I see why you renamed it.
Yes. It doesn't exactly roll off the tongue.
Yes.
But these two provide some more body. And so it's a counterbalance to get the lightness of the emulsifying system, but some lasting moisture without being overwhelming or waxy.
Yes.
Let's glove up.
Okay, we're going in.
Okay, so we're just gonna take this water phase, and we're going to put it over here and apply some heat.
And what is this device?
So this is just a magnetic mixer along with a hot plate attached so that we can both apply heat and energy.
Now, I don't want to ask you too many questions as you're formulating, because I'm sure it takes some focus, but to be a founder and formulator is a pretty unique combination. So you're not only the founder of Matter of Fact, but you're also formulating the actual products.
Yes, I formulate all the products myself in my own little lab here first, and that gives me a chance to formulate many iterations of each product before we land on a final one. There are pros and there are cons, right? A pro is that I have a lot of control and I have a lot of freedom in how I can adjust the formula. The con is, of course, that it's a lot of work.
I can imagine.
And also, it can take more time because you're not limited. I did want to show you a few other things too. This is our emulsifying blend here. It just looks like a yellow powder. So an emulsifier is a material that helps two phases that normally wouldn't mix together stay together, right? If you've ever had a cream where the oil is seeping out of the product after—
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to avoid. We also have, what looks like just a very, very fine white powder as well. So this is glycyrrhetinic acid. It's a purified extract of the licorice root plant. It has some nice soothing properties. It's also a nice gentle antioxidant. We're gonna move this over here.
Okay.
Because what we're going to do is prepare it with this overhead mixer. And we're going to turn on the mixer. We want to end up using a sufficient amount of energy, enough speed, to really get the emulsion to be fine, because this particular emulsion is an oil and water emulsion. Before I added these solid particles in, they were two clear solutions, right?
Right.
But the final product is white. It's not clear, it's opaque. That's because studded in that water are little small droplets of oil. And it's blocking the light from, making it appear transparent. And so this is going. I'm just going to grab this over here, and we need to remove the magnetic stir inside. And so I originally had just plain black magnets and then accidentally misplaced them. And so my wife said, oh, you can get you some more magnet. And she got these.
This little bunny rabbit.
Yes, this little bunny rabbit magnet. And so the team thinks that it's very funny. And this is, pretty hot, so we want to be careful.
Now, are you an exceptional cook?
I do love cooking.
Okay, because there has to be some sort of common thread to be this precise with ingredients. Like, do you bake? Or you're more of like a savory?
I'm more of a savory person.
Okay, same. I can't bake at all. It's too precise for me, but this feels very precise.
I like precision, but because I don't like sweet things.
Okay.
Yeah, this is probably the magic moment that you want to see, right? This very liquidy oil phase. And we're going to add in, you can see it's still fairly liquidy, and then we're seeing somewhat of a transformation, and we're going to increase the amount of energy. And you can see it's very quickly increasing in viscosity to form a cream.
Oh my gosh, it's like the moisturizer is really forming before our eyes. I feel like we're making meringue.
Yes.
I feel like a product like this is so relevant right now because so many people are dealing with skin barrier damage. People have really gotten a hold of actives at home, so they're doing like BHA peels and using tretinoin and sometimes not doing proper sunscreen, and all of that can really create problems for the skin.
It's true, it's a balance, right? You know, certain skin concerns are going to need a more active approach, and the risk of that is that you can sometimes sensitize skin, cause a little bit of irritation. And so in that case, balancing it with some other soothing, more nourishing products can be a nice way to have the two, you know, coexist into one routine.
Yes.
You can feel the warmth even better if you hold the beaker, right?
Oh my gosh,
the sides.
lovely. Should I be warming up my skincare at home? This feels so nice.
I'd love for us to feel the product.
Sure, I'm excited.
Is it a familiar sensation?
Familiar, but slightly warmer than what I'm used to at home, but wow, yeah.
And I'm so happy that we got to make this together in the lab today.
This was so fun. This was like a big first for me, and it's just amazing to hear the passion and thought that goes into everything you do at Matter of Fact, and I know that the clinical element is also really important, so I'm excited to learn more about that, but just the fact that you make this here in Los Angeles and get to be around all of the materials and really understand them is really amazing to see.
Oh my gosh, it's my pleasure, and it's my happy place being in the lab, and it was such a privilege to be able to share that with you.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. Thank you for taking me through it.